Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. That came from Bashir Ahmad. But now you will spend time in jail or you pay a fine. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer has told Bashir Ahmad after taking him to court for calling Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. If you are watching, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, like and share with others. Now that statement coming from Bashir Ahmad calling Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist has warranted him to be served them court papers by Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer. What are your opinions towards that? Do you believe that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, or what are your personal opinion this morning?
Of course, thank you for having me this morning. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whoever that call him a terrorist, is also a terrorist because it takes a thief to know who is a thief. Yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. Why do I have to say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist? The Buhari government, his brother Fulani, who declare Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist, does not have the evidence in court to justify Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. If they will have an evidence against that young man, by now they will have sentenced him to prison. So if you don't have evidence against him, why are you calling him terrorist? So I give kudos to his lawyers who took the bold step and sued the former Buhari aide, Bachalawa, for calling him a terrorist. Don't forget that one of the reasons why the Fulani are angry with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have shaken the table against Fulani. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu opened the eyes of Africans to know the agenda of Fulani towards Nigeria and Africa entirely. That's why you see they are never happy with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As I speak with you, many Fulani will be happy if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu die in the custody of DSS than him to come out. Why do I have to say this? Look at everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said before he was kidnapped in Kenya against Fulani herdsmen. Has it not come to pass? Right now, as I speak to you in Southwest now, Sharia law, indirectly or directly, have come to face in Southwest. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said it long time ago that this is what the Fulani herdsmen want to achieve. Have they not achieved it? What has the young man said that has not come to pass? So, for him to be calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist without proving it, he should be sued. So, I know that the court of the land will do justice to it. The Buhari government who sued Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a terrorist, who called him a terrorist, now no evidence to back it up. Even the lawyers in charge of it, they are running. As I speak to you now, no lawyers want to step into the case now because they know that what they are presenting is rubbish. Look at somebody who is calling somebody a terrorist. Their brother that is sponsoring terrorists. The North, compare the North with the Southeast, it is the same thing. Before Buhari came and brought this destruction, this hatred to the Igbo, the IPOP were agitating with flags, marching peacefully without no gun, no cutlass. And Buhari, because of the hatred he has for the Igbo race, he decided to call them a terrorist. Don't forget that even UK refused to accept that IPOP is a terrorist organization. That is why UK never want to participate. That's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu damaged, because if you see what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is trying to achieve, it's going to cause more harm for UK. UK will not be having way to shock Nigeria. But still yet, UK refused to put their hand in the mess Buhari wanted to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why Nigeria could not pick Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from UK. So they have to do a game plan whereby they go to Africa, Kenya, to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu during his own brother, Fulani Buhari. Don't forget that it is the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that told Nigeria that former Buhari is dead. And up to today, nobody has clarified to whether Buhari is alive. If you doubt me that Buhari is alive, why did Nigeria government not sue Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say who lie against the president? Up to this very moment, Nigeria government did not talk about it. That is to tell you that there is something wrong about Buhari, the late Buhari. Look at how he has taken us backward. How they are forging his signature. You tell me somebody who is alive they will forge his signature? It's not possible, my dear brother. Don't forget that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brought a lot of evidence that former Buhari is no more. We saw him. He said he's the Jibrin of Sudan. Don't forget that this Fulani men you are seeing, they resemble themselves very well. And you saw the evidence. This Buhari that is now following Buhari, very young, very agile. The one we know before tall. So he brought an evidence. These people could not defend that evidence. Even Nigeria government today Why can't Nigeria government sue Nnamdi Kanu for you to lie against a sitting president that is dead?
So now let's talk. Yes, let's talk about the fact that one of the things that Nnamdi Kanu reportedly said was that they may bring religious intolerance to the south of Nigeria. Now, Sharia court or Sharia panel sat yesterday in Ekiti State. Is it not that the vision that Kanu saw that began to happen? Is Kanu really a prophet, or who do you think he is?
Yes, but the prophet Nnamdi Kanu is ordained by God. That's why I keep telling people the only person I believe in Igbo is Nnamdi Kanu. All this one is Samuel. I'm not trying to disqualify what Samuel has done, Okere or Abose, but don't forget that it is Nnamdi Kanu that was the chosen one. Every other people that are just coming to help him to run the vision, they cannot run the vision like the visionaire. Don't forget that the former president of this country, Olusegun Obasanjo Aremu, said the only Igbo man he respects in Nigeria is Nnamdi Kanu. He is the man. They have offered him many opportunities as vice president that he should run this agitation. He refused. On this course, Nnamdi Kanu lost his father, he lost his mother. He did not ready to drop the struggle. So for me, I respect Nnamdi Kanu than any other Igbo man in Nigeria. So what we are saying, what Nnamdi Kanu said about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that Yoruba people should be very careful. The moment President Bola Ahmed Tinubu become president, he can sell Yoruba race to the Fulani. Is it not indirectly happen? Why will you say a Sharia law will come to stay in Yoruba land? Why? As I speak to you now, it's Yorubas enjoying the Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime. But during the former president, Buhari, the Northern and the Fulani, they enjoyed because he was paying most of them salary. He was making sure he cracked the dollar for them to use the dollar to make more money in Nigeria. But today, what is the benefit of the Yorubas? As Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Nigeria, everybody is suffering. The same market Igbo money is going. It's still the same market. The Yorubas are going. So that's to tell you that whatever that young man, Nnamdi Kanu, saw was saying the truth. Don't forget that if Nnamdi Kanu was an ordinary man, he would have died long time ago under the hand of BSS. But because he's a man chosen by God, he's a Moses of our time. God is still sparing him. God is still securing him there.
Chukwuma Soludo reportedly said that releasing Nnamdi Kanu may not bring peace to the southeastern part of Nigeria. What are your opinions about that?
Forget all those politicians in Southeast. It's the same thing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing to Yorubas now. Average Nigerian politicians are selfish. They only consider their interest, not the interest of you. As I speak to you now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is thinking of 2027 election. That's why you see in today's paper, he's building an army barrack for armies. He's trying to increase their welfare. But what of ordinary citizens? It's to tell you that the politician don't have your time, it doesn't have my time. All they think is about their next move. Also the political leaders, the governors in Southeast, they are not after average Igbo man. They are after their own pocket. As I speak to you, Tasolu don't have aim to become vice president of this nation or to become president. He will not want to jeopardize that opportunity. That's why you see Peter Obi that a lot of Nigerians will run after in 2023. After that, as Peter Obi come out and speak that they should release Nnamdi Kanu, that what they are doing to him is wrong. For you to know that politicians in Nigeria cannot be trusted. They are only after their pockets. They want to achieve that aim. Just as Tinubu have did. Let me tell you, when we agree, even many Yorubas will agree. That is why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu leaves Lagos State during that last election, because many Yorubas saw the incompetence in him, that he's not competent. They will have prepared Osinbajo to be in that position than him. But because of his selfish interest, he wants to be, my children will be proud of me. He forced himself to be Nigeria. Look at the calamity he has caused to Nigeria today. As I speak to you today, many Yorubas are not enjoying his government. As I speak to you today, many indigenous Yoruba in Lagos State now, they are selling their property for them to survive, sending their children to abroad. If they conducted another election today without Magomago, in Lagos State, he will lose. Because as I speak to you now, in Lagos State now, non-indigenous are the one holding house. Most of the house held by the indigenous, they have sold their house. They have sold their house to strangers because of what? No money. They want to feed their children. Don't forget that God said this morning that Yoruba are more doctors, more this thing in the country. Why? Because why were they able to do that? Because They sell their property, they send their children to school, unlike other regions. So in nutshell, my dear brother, don't believe Nigeria politicians. Don't believe them.
So now, finally, the last question, the fact that doctors are leaving the country, and there's there's going to be a very very health emergency in Nigeria. What is your opinion concerning that? Medical doctors are leaving, and there's lot of even poverty amongst Nigerian citizens. What is the way forward for Nigeria?
My brother, the way forward, pray for yourself for God to better you. If God show you mercy, God shine the light on you. You also remove yourself and your family to abroad. Everybody is trying to get a greener pasture. The governor, look at your classmates, who you know is source of wealth. Maybe by virtues of coincidence or by virtue of opportunity, he become a ordinary councillor. Within a year, he's buying houses, he's buying cars. And you that is a medical doctor, your father trained you to school. Nigerian government is paying you how much? 100,000 naira. That 100,000 naira can not afford to feed your family. If you have opportunity to go and travel to Saudi Arabia, to travel to any other country, where to go? When you see Nigerian doctor for 30 years, 10 years, they cannot boast of something. And you see a doctor who just move from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia, in 1 year, he's buying estate. My brother, anybody come into this life to come suffer? You wish to the one for your children, wey go make you pay. You don't have any excuse. But you to buy your way, go and make your money. That's why you see many doctors now are leaving. Is it not shocking to you that 6,000 consultants in Nigeria we have, a whole Nigeria? Do you think the politicians they send you? If they are sick today, politicians will move themselves, they go to abroad go visit. But thank God that this God is not a woman. As I speak to you, Ekweremadu in where just came back, but Ekweremadu is still in the custody. What happened? If Ekweremadu will have do anything well, build a better hospital in Enugu, will we have go to UK to go and look for kidney for her daughter? Don't forget that if it is in Nigeria here, that Ekweremadu do that act. No, they don't burn anybody who is the locker up. But when you go UK, where things are happening, today is still in prison, 10 years. As I speak to you, the wife is just back. He is still there. When they arrest them, my brother, he went to do elaborate wedding in Nigeria. The son, because their father has stolen money.
Of 60 million, maybe Yoruba nation, we are up to 60 million, I don't know. Home and abroad, I don't know how they come with that statistics. Number one. Number two, you see all Yoruba that are ready to leave Nigeria. So I think it is only a referendum that will judge that. And I want to believe that if you put it into a referendum, an average Yoruba man on the streets want to leave Nigeria. But what about our allies that are enjoying the goodies that stand upon take one Nigeria and started eating? Are they ready to go to have a Yoruba nation? If you have the Yoruba nation now what will be their influence on Yoruba nation? Are they going to have influence like as before? So those are the things that we have to look at. Then it's not now about how many people want or how many people don't want. It's about the influence. The people that don't want, they can overpower people that want. If you want to do a referendum, if proper care is not taken, those ones that they don't want it, they are the ones that will influence the other one that wants it.
Are you sure that Yoruba truly want to leave Nigeria?
I've
not seen any Yoruba say
that's what I'm saying. That the 60 million statistics Baba come out about is propaganda. You know the word propaganda, people usually talk about propaganda as a lie. It's not lie, it's a mixed word, and it's what you can call monologue. You know, dialogue is when we dialogue and we reason together. You say your own, I say my own, we prove it, and we are able to come out with something. But propaganda is when I look at a particular thing in my own view and I make a conclusion about it. I understand the word propaganda from the word advertisement. Almost all advertisement, they are propaganda in nature. I was watching one of Alpha just recent a particular product, a detergent. They say if it's about dirty, don't worry. This detergent will take care of it. But is it only that when you want to sit down, can you put detergent and put cloth and without your effort, will it solve the problem? No. So that means it is propaganda because they look at it in their own direction and say it. And is it all stain that detergent can remove? No. There are some stains that detergent will not be able to remove. That is the truth of the matter. So that is the definition of propaganda. So what Professor Banja Akintoye is talking about, I see it as a propaganda that, and I don't have problem with that. But if we sit down and we want to look at it, iron it out. Are we up to 60 million? Is it only 60 million that want to go? What about the other that don't want to go? What will be their influence on the people that want to go? So for me, Yoruba nation or Yoruba people, they are still not ready. And we just started this agitation. Somebody was asking me about Yoruba nation, Biafra, and I said, you cannot compare the way a Biafra will agitate with the way Yoruba will agitate. Yoruba has never lived 3 million people on this course. So it will not be so hard onto us. I mean, thank God for the life of Professor Banja Akintoye that is talking, and he said that the letter that they wrote to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is making some impact because he saw that they are worried, and I agree, I concur. Calling for disintegration, we always push our government to do the right thing. At least if we cannot disintegrate, do the right thing. Decentralization. So
what the difference between the Yorubas and the Biafra? But the man said that the Igbos and Fulani, they can stay together and others. But it is time for Yoruba to leave. Yoruba lives is being lost by Fulani Esri and all those people. What are your opinions about that?
Baba, he said the Igbo and Fulani, they can stay together.
He said others can stay together in their one.
Honestly, it's not very funny. Who are the people that are most likely that we can see that they can match together? It's Yoruba and Fulani. Igbo and Fulani, is like a oil and water. They cannot mix together, and so Fulani and Igbo, they cannot stay together. But I think that one is a banter, and Baba should continue his agitation and the effort. One thing I like about Baba agitation is that he has always applied diplomacy. No no violence. Even there is no incitement war, because there is a very thin line in between agitation and committing crime. So I thank God for Baba's life. He's able to manage that situation very well, and he said that he has been able to do his own agitation according to the guideline of UNO, United Nations Organization. So Baba should keep on doing his own thing, but I'm just analyzing some of the facts that Baba realized.
So what could be the reason? These are the questions. What could be the reason why Baba will say, Yoruba people, even though their son is the president, let us leave this nation?
Because president cannot solve our problem. The presidency cannot solve our problem. And Yoruba nation, without our effort, without putting more effort, more than acquiring Yoruba nation, cannot solve our problem as well. Because we have seen a situation where a foreign country is infiltrating another country. Look at Russia versus Ukraine. Ukraine is a country on its own. Russia is a country on its own. But when Russia decided to attack Ukraine, both countries, they are having issue. Russia cannot sleep well. Ukraine cannot sleep well. So I'm just looking at the picture. If we acquire our Yoruba nation without putting some measure on ground, without our resilience effort to stop Fulani, without our big effort to make sure that we stand on our ground, we acquire our Yoruba nation, we still allow Fulani, like some useless Muslim extremists, we still want to subject us into Fulani oligarchy through religions. Some people will still be doing it. Let me tell you, one of the things that make Yoruba nation to be honorable is that we have mixture of Muslim and Christian, and it has some people have been brainwashed to the extent that they're ready to package the whole Yoruba nation and put it under Fulani because of religion, because of Islamic. Some of them will have been happy that they Islamized the whole Southwest. They will have been happy. Which Christian, we don't have problem. We don't have problem with them. We can coexist together. But because some people are being brainwashed, some of them will not even want the Yoruba nation to come. Why? Because they perceive that this Southwest, they feel that they are dominating. But when they look left and right, they see that to some extent, their hands are being removing in some area. It will never be happen, and I will keep on saying that you will look at the old governor that we have in the Southwest, and all of them will be Muslim. It will not happen. But as I'm talking now, look at the old Southwest governor. 6 of them, they are Christian. The only mixed one that you cannot say you want to decide very well is Osun State. He has no in his name, but is he a Muslim? No. His brother Deji is a Christian, member of is an Adventist. This one, no, Jackson, no, that name is just there. He's a member of one, maybe Kerubu and Serafu or Seren. Yes, so they are jittering that if we have Yoruba nation, possibly it's Christian that's going to dominate. That is the problem. That is their fear.
Then, as you are closing now, then what is the future of state like Kwara State, Yoruba and Kogi State, if, for example, Yoruba nation comes into fruition?
If Yoruba nation come, you see, I want to believe that, thank God, Ilorin is very close to North. I don't know if there is any other community after Ilorin that belong to Yoruba. I think after Ilorin, well, we may have some Yoruba community in that place. But what is going to happen is this: there will be a referendum. There is no way we will not lose some to the north. There is no way. And because of this thing I'm telling you now, some people in that area, they will not support the peace of Nigeria, because you go to Kogi State, we have Okons, which are Yorubas, and if you want to divide, definitely Kogi will belong to North. Do they want to become part of North? No, they want to belong here. So they will prefer to